Hey, welcome back YouTube. First off, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers and 500,000 views. I appreciate all the love and support. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the difference between a 1440p monitor versus a 1080p monitor at 360 hertz. Which is better? I'm going to show you the FPS, the stats, and to keep this study kind of consistent, I'm not going to change any settings. I'm going to have the same programs open on my computer. I'm going to be running the same graphical settings on Nvidia control panel and in-game, and we will show you the difference. And at the end, I will share with you which one I prefer. All right, so first off, here are the Nvidia control panel settings. You're going to be on your native resolution on your monitor, but we're going to be talking about the 3D settings. If you don't see your managed 3D settings, all you got to do is go into adjust image settings with preview, click on this second one that says use the advanced 3D image settings, and this is essentially what I'm using. You could copy this. It was in my previous videos, but I'm not going to read every single thing. That would be a separate video. Just go ahead and double check that these are the settings that I am using. So I'm just going to scroll down slowly so you can see all of them, but I will be keeping these settings the same for both monitor tests. For this test, I will be turning off and leaving off Nvidia game filters. That does give you a hit on FPS, so I will be keeping that off for both tests. Alright, so here are my graphical settings for display, full screen borderless. Display monitor, I'm using the Alienware 360Hz AW2521H. We have the 3080 Ti, refresh screen rate is 360. Render resolution, I'll keep these at 100. Dynamic resolution disabled. Aspect ratio on automatic. VSync disabled. Custom frame rate on unlimited. And these are just more display modes, but brightness at 55, display gamma at 2.2, sRGB, Nvidia highlights disabled, and I'm running enabled plus boost. On quality, we're going to be doing 120 FOV at streaming quality at normal, texture resolution at normal, texture filter anisotropic at normal, particle quality on high, bullet impact and stray disabled, filmic strength at 1, film grain 0, Nvidia DLSS at disabled, anti-aliasing off, disable, shadow map resolution on high, cache spots and sun shadows on enabled, particle lighting on high, everything else is disabled. I will be running these settings for both tests. So first off, we are using the Alienware monitor at 360 Hz, 1080p, and I will give you the reading of the frames on screen on the top left corner, and I will blow it up at the end to show you the difference. So right here, loading in and flying in, you can see I'm hitting about 200 FPS on no movement frames and flying in at 170 to 190 frames. This test is done on Rebirth, not Caldera. So it's safe to say that I am hitting plus 200 with this monitor. Okay.
UAV out of fuel. Turning for resupply. Enemy UAV active. No enemy hits on that run.
That bitch.
Losing ground. Move it.
GG's. Okay, now we're trying the 1440p resolution monitor. This is the MSI G273Q. These are both G-Sync compatible devices. This 1440p monitor is 165 hertz refresh rate. I think they advertise it as 170, but when you go into Nvidia control panel to change the resolution and the refresh rate, it gives you 165. So not sure if this is overclockable, but these are just kind of the stock settings. So now we'll be trying this out with the same 3D settings and same in-game settings. First impressions before I even get into my final verdict here. The size of the screen is really ginormous. So if you're playing on PC on your desk and you're not like playing, you know, like a couple feet away from your monitor, the 1440p, this one is a 27 inch. They rarely make under 27 inches on the 1440ps. It is big. It is a bigger screen. You're going to be looking more left and right and at your mini map. There is more surface area to cover. Not much more, but there is more. So first impressions, flying in, I had 200 frames per second. Looks like right here we're still getting 175, 180 tops. I don't know if you could tell, but on these settings I am experiencing screen tearing. So on the same settings as I was running right now for the 360 hertz 1080p monitor, I am experiencing a little screen tearing. So that's the other thing that I might have to look into, is finding better settings for the 1440p monitor. But ever since I got this monitor, I did experience a couple issues with just getting everything situated. I will say 1440p, you could see enemies much clearer when you're ADS down with either a 3x or your sniper scope. But the only problem I have is just getting high frames on 1440p, which is pretty standard. But again, if you're looking for competitive first-person shooters, you might want to look into
Got you that time.
1080p. Alright, so this is an extra test that I have added. Currently we're still on the 1440p monitor. I did enable VSync in-game, and it looks like it's resolved the issue of screen tearing. We're still on the same high settings, and we're still averaging about 130, 140 frames. So if you're okay with that frame rate, I would say this is a great monitor. So that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If it helped, be sure you leave a thumbs up. Be sure you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow. We're trying to hit 5K by the end of this year. And hopefully this helps you make a decision on which monitor is right for you. For me, I'm going to say 1440p gave me better visuals. It was easier to see my enemies. The color on the MSI was great. The high FPS in 1080p was great, but I still wanted that extra visual quality that I got from the 1440p. So in conclusion, I'm not going to say there's a right or wrong answer, but what's a right fit for you. So for me, I did like the 1440p monitor, and I hope this video helped you out. Be sure you subscribe, like, and stay tuned if you guys want to see what a 1440p at 240 hertz monitor looks like. See you guys on the next one. Peace.